clearly thinking about the people the goodness. This goodness is very combating and exciting about another YouTube.com. Yeah, but another YouTube.com is very coming and very soon to go. Because very soon to go is very unhaving faith without you. Having without you is very unsuccessfully people doing these times. People doing these times is very hard and basically people doing changes. The money changer and another money changer is very comfortable with us because the comfortable is very absurd, very stronger and very highly about another YouTube.com. Because about another YouTube.com is very struggling and changing about another schools people in these schools because people in these schools is very bad at sizing her without her and now her do had to forget about the 1965 people doing these times because the people 60 1965 is doing the best sellers because the being the best seller is coming soon and very coming exciting about another people doing this time in these countries during this time these countries is very exciting and very hustler very clearly very changing and very doing this money because this money is not agreement about the 1955 YouTube kilometers. The YouTube kilometers is hard and beloved the God and she's changing the YouTube.com. She's about the changing YouTube.com is very hustler and very strongly, very bad exciting. And 500,000 of subscriber is doing changing about the years of another countries. The years people on another countries is very bad exciting and life about changing because the about life changing is very hustler and very God beloved God because the God is very heavenly and strongly about the 1965 people. The Donald Trump is trailing about the learnyoutube.com because about learnyoutube.com is hard and goodness with other people during these times because the other people doing these times is very heavenly people life and wildness about the youtube.com subscribers because another subscriber is very hardly and very strongly about 90 people subscribers. Then the YouTube subscriber is very hustler and very changing about the 1965 people during these times. Because the 1965 doing people these times is very bad exciting and bad another doing these times. Exciting YouTube.com is hard and beloved God because the sky research returning about the policies another countries is very bad exciting because the very bad exciting is doing another countries and about no another countries because about no another countries is very bad exciting and justify without security people doing these times. Because the people security this time is knowledge about the hard people of YouTube.com is very struggling. Another way you have to study it about 1965 his subscribers is very changing and very hardly because the very hardly is being corrupted by another YouTube.com. Because the corrupted by another YouTube.com is very hustler and very doing these times. Because the people doing this time is very hustler and very doing another countries is very bad excise things. Because the bad excise thing is very another countries who justify and not justify. The bank not who justify is being exciting about another people doing these times. Because another people doing this time is very hard and very basically people changing and not to have to changing people this thing this time. On this life, people cannot doing being corrupted and being another corrupted people doing these times. Because another corrupted is very struggling. My name if home is Komplek Paninggan Parombakan nomor 15. This time is not doing the best sellers. The best sellers is coming to the final characters and football league and another countries is bad exciting about the 1975 of YouTube.com. The 1975 of YouTube.com is very clearly and very basically people doing this time about the life changing another of YouTube.com. Another of YouTube.com is very hard and very struggling. Another who is devising, who is defying, who is the infighting, but the YouTube subscriber is very another life of changing because the life of changing is very hard and very basically people by our community guiders. Welcome to Life Chef. Remember to guide your privacy of our communities. Please comment. Another comment is very good. Struggling about the another YouTube.com is very changing and very hardly about the basically YouTube.com is very good and very struggling about the another YouTube subscribers. About another subscribers is very hard and basically people doing this time is about life changing. Because about life changing is very struggling and very smoothly about the 1965 people doing this time. 1965 reading time is very hard and basically people life doing another people doing this time. Because the United doing this time is very hard and basically people another who are the smart people, who you are and who you do you know but life changing people during these times because none of people during this time is very about the people get to the life changing and not the life changing is people doing not corrupted because the not corrupted is very basically changing about the youtube.com which is very changing because the very changing is very bad exciting about 90 people subscriber of youtube.com because the people 90 or 65 of youtube.com is another people who you are to discussing about the 1965 people life changing because the people life to changing is very hard and basically people another youtube is very struggling. None of people who have these countries is very exciting and very bad exciting but the life got changing people during these times. Because the people doing this time is don't forget to like, comment and subscribe because people have been corrupted by another subscriber youtube.com. Another subscriber youtube.com is very hard and basically people doing this time is changing because the changing is very hard and basically another people doing this time is but the youtube life of subscribers is coming the best changing people doing this time. Coming the best people doing changing this time is hard and basically people doing like these times because people doing like these times is very destroying and very hardly and very beloved to God because the very beloved to God is being corrupted by another YouTube subscriber. Another YouTube subscriber is very exciting and very goodness about the life of changing people because the life of people changing is another new countries about the YouTube subscriber. The YouTube subscriber is very destroying and very hardly about the hustlers people because the hustlers people is doing the best of community people. Another countries is the best countries and another countries. Another the best whose countries is very excited and about life of changing because about life of changing is very struggling and very hard about the basically people doing these times because the people now the wish during this time is very about the struggling, very about the hardly, very about the struggling. The struggling was being corrupted by another people's of Sabe. Enggak. Because those countries is very bad exciting. Bad very exciting is very hardly and money changing people during this time. Because the heart very hard will of the gut is very changing and very struggling with other people who you are. Who doing you are is very about another who this subscriber is very goodness. Because the very goodness is very hard and very goodness but the life of subscriber of youtube.com. Because the life of subscriber youtube.com is very goodness and very hardly but the basically people doing these times. Because the basically doing this time is very hard and very struggling. Not the people who you are. The who you are is very goodness and the love to God who's struggling about the YouTube subscriber. Because who you are the YouTube subscriber is very not changing about the life people. I'm not the opener of the door because my daughter is uh, no smoking and another no smoking. No coming to up to people in these times. Because I want to go to upstairs because my sister is not doing my sister is no longer melarang because people have been corrupted by another people subscribers. People another of subscriber is very hard and very changing about the YouTube subscribers people doing these times. Because the people doing these times is very basically people another being changing and life changing of people. Another people who is the best my house and the best my daughter of my house is the best corrupted in 5 years ago because I'm the life to coming up to the sun. The sun is very bad exciting, and I want to see you in the television, and I want to go to the television because the television was not corrupted. I want to drink my orange. I drink in Nutrisari in orange. Nutrisari. The Nutrisari is being changing, but the 500 subscribers of people being not allowed of YouTube subscriber. Being not allowed to YouTube subscriber is very hard, and basically doing not changing about the people YouTube subscriber. People YouTube subscriber is very hard, and basically people doing this time is very the best hustler and very the best people in other whose countries. I drink orange Nutrisari because the Nutrisari are drinking about the 5 years ago. Because the 5 years ago is being corrupted by YouTube, another subscriber of YouTube.com. The 5 years of YouTube subscriber is very life changing. About the presentations, another five, another, and 5 years ago, we have to, people corrupted by use of another account. Of another account is being corrupted by my videos is being corrupted is about the life of changing people. About life of people changing is not corrupted by years ago. By the years ago is very corrupted and very hustlers about the YouTube subscriber YouTube. About the YouTube subscriber is very no longer about the 500 subscribers. Because the 500 subscribers is not being corrupted and being basically people doing these times basically is very hardly another who has to get. The being corrupted is not the being hustlers and being doing these times. Yeah. The corrupted is another subscriber is very hardly and basically people doing this time what about the life changing people. But life people changing is not hard. It's not hard and basically doing this time as you can people doing the best sellers of the coming. But the best sellers of the coming is very basically people doing these times and basically another view are basically another people whose countries is very bad of changing. The best life of changing is very wildness and very musclers, very hustlers about the 90 years ago. Because about the 90 years ago is very destroying about 5 years 100 subscribers. But the 5 years of subscriber is very destroying and corrupted by another subscriber. But not corrupted is not basically people doing this life. Because being doing this life is not being corrupted by of years ago. By the years ago is very another subscriber of the life of changing. The life of changing is not true But the YouTube subscriber is very hard because the very hard is basically not doing these times. The basically not doing these times. Yeah, I want to go. I'm sleep.
Go. No, no, no. Go, go.
Yes.
You sit down.
Yeah. Basically, people have. Oh, coming down. Okay. The basically you have to study about the life of changing people. But the life of people changing people. The life of changing is not true and not being corrupted by years ago. By 5 of years ago, corrupted was coming about the life of changing people. Because the about life of changing people is very basically people have doing these times. The basically people doing this time is both life of changing people. Because the both of life changing people is being corrupted by another people of subscriber. Another people of subscriber is very hard and hustler about doing this type of subscriber. Because the YouTube subscriber is very another doing uh, lamp and another lamp. Another lamp is coming. Another lamp is coming is the best people life of changing people. Because the people life of changing is not the best another subscriber. Because another subscriber is very hard and basically hard people have changing. Because the hard life of changing is not doing the best sellers. The best seller is coming to the best about the my university. Yeah, because my university is best corrupted. Now the YouTube subscriber is being corrupted by years ago. By 5 of years ago is not being corrupted. Because the corrupted is not as justified about the years ago of people doing these times. Because the life money changing people during these times is not the worst countries, is the best sellers about the 5 years ago. After 5 years ago, is being corrupted of changing people because the life of changing heart. Okay, I'm stopping.
Bye-bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank you very much. See you again.